A lot of people don't understand the difference between a Roth IRA and an Index Universal Life, also known as IUL. Both of these products, are very similar, but they're not the same. The difference is what makes them very appealing, and the people who actually need this product, depending upon their needs, that should direct to which direction you go. But let me share with you very quickly. You see, a Roth IRA is using after-tax dollar, just like an IUL is using after-tax dollar. So you can see why people can get them confused. But in a Roth IRA, in order for you to qualify for distributions, there's a 5-year rule. You must have held your Roth IRA for at least 5 years since your first contribution. You have certain exemptions. That is, if you become permanently disabled, you could take a qualified distribution. And of course, you have to be age 59 and a half in order for you to avoid some of the penalty. So that's that on the Roth IRA. IUL, on the other hand, as you guys know, is a life insurance policy that also has a built-in safety factor. Like it has safe returns. You only participate in the market upside, but there is no downside participation, which no loss of money. You have a permanent life insurance policy. You have a cash flow that's also tax-free. Two separate elements. Now, which is better for the other? Let me explain when and how you should be using this. Here's a classical example of what the IUL could do for you compared to a Roth. So if you look, Jojo is 35. He's contributing exactly $12,000 a year into the plan. So unlike a Roth that limits you to $7,000, he can go 12. He can go more than that. So he's putting $1,000 per month, which is $250 per week. That it got him $254,245. That's death benefit in the event he dies. However, he's not solving for death benefit. Guess what he's solving for? He is solving exactly for what we call, like cash in the event that he turns 65 and is looking for money. So if you take a look right here, at 65, now he's put at least $360,000 of his money. Now he stopped making payment. Guess what happened though? He started withdrawing $73,000, 668. That is per year that keeps coming out. Now watch how this continue to grow. This continue to grow for this guy. It keeps going for him. It keeps going. So what's the idea here? The idea is very, very simple. So you see, in 2024, the Roth IRA has a limitations that you can only contribute $7,000 for individual that's under 50 and $8,000 is above 50. And now think about this for a second. If you have an IUL, on the other hand, you don't have that restrictions or limitations. You have access to your money whenever you need your money in an IUL, so you don't have a restrictions to that. What I'm going to do is show you, in concrete terms, why an IUL, for most people is a preferred method. Not for all, but for some. The simple idea is this. Jojo can take money whenever he needs the money. He's got access to it without penalty. That money grows for this dude. He can do whatever, and he can retire on that money and keep getting over $6,000 a month. Listen, when you compare an IUL to a Roth, just put it to you this way. An IUL could be like a Roth on steroid. It's a very simple for you to understand that. By the way, if this makes sense to you and you want to learn more about how this whole things work, just DM me so that I can give you more information on this.